Hey everyone, it's Weather for Weather Geeks time, my daily online in-depth weather video geared towards weather enthusiasts, but also even if you don't really consider yourself a weather geek, you'll find all sorts of great information in these daily videos. Can go more in-depth than I can on TV, where I'm limited to 2.5 or 3 minutes per newscast. All right, this afternoon on this Tuesday, boy, is this a textbook summer day or what? We haven't had too many of these kinds of days lately. These are 1 o'clock hour temperatures, and we have 84 Youngstown Warren Airport, 84 Newcastle, it's 86 at Akron Fulton Airport, at the Akron Canton Airport on the Stark Summit County line, it's 84 degrees. Those are the temperatures. Here's a look at the early afternoon dew points. Boy, is it soupy out. Dew points right now upper 60s to around 70. In fact, the dew point is right at 70 in Newcastle. And you know, if you're a little unfamiliar with dew points, we use this instead of relative humidity because it's a better true measure of how moist the atmosphere is. On a really muggy day, the relative humidity could be 38%. That doesn't sound like a very high number, but if it's 100 degrees and the dew point is 68, it is a humid day. So, you know, we use the dew points at this time of year particularly to better demonstrate how much moisture is in the air. And when we're talking about upper 60s to around 70, yeah, that's like a Florida air mass. So, you know, again, this is nothing unusual at all, and this kind of weather is not going to stick around for very long, but it certainly it feels like July, and some of us are going to touch 90 before the day is through. As far as the radar goes across the country, there's not a lot of barn burners out there today. We had big storms last night in North Dakota and Minnesota. Those have pretty much petered out. Some storms off the coast of the southeast and starting to push inland a little bit, but not much else is going on. The big story nationwide really is the heat. Here's a look at early afternoon temperatures. Now, keep in mind, it's only 12:30 p.m. Central Time, and already it's in the mid-90s in Oklahoma, Kansas, parts of Texas, up into Missouri. It's 90 in some spots. Take a look at the heat index values out here. It already feels like 100, 102 in a couple of spots here around Topeka. So that's some serious heat out there, and that's why heat advisories are in effect for the middle of the country. The heat index values here are not too far above the temperatures because the dew point isn't super high. It's high and it's muggy, but it's not out of control. Therefore, the heat index values are not shooting up into the high 90s here this afternoon. Take a look at the dew points out there across the middle of the country. Yikes! Not only is it in the 90s, the dew point 77. Parts of southern Iowa into Missouri. You know what happens out here is it's a term called evapotranspiration with all the corn crops, especially at this time of the year. The corn's real high, and that puts more moisture in the air as the sun beats down on those crops. They expel some of their moisture. I'm oversimplifying a little bit, but that process of evapotranspiration leads to these really high dew points out in the middle of the country. All right, let's focus back on home. We have quiet weather for the rest of the day today, tonight, and the start of the day tomorrow. Take off all the current information here and bring up our latest North American, or NAM model, simulated radar for the day tomorrow. We're going to skip ahead to tomorrow morning. Here's at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. At this point, our cold front is approaching from the north and the west. This is the front that's going to put an end to the high heat and high humidity eventually, but it'll still be muggy all day tomorrow. So nothing going on just yet at 11 a.m. tomorrow, but as we transition into the afternoon, here's 1 p.m., some storms starting to approach from the west, 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and this is when I think our window is opening up for some of us to start to see some raindrops. 1:30, maybe 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Here's 3 in the afternoon. Looks kind of unsettled across the region. 4 o'clock, the main line pushing out to the east of Youngstown, and 5 o'clock we're just about in the all clear. Here's 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. So I think, generally speaking, the window tomorrow, if you want to put like a 4-hour, 5-hour window on it, 1 to 6, maybe 1 to 5, as far as that time frame that some of us are going to see some showers and see some thunderstorms. Now, we've got a very unstable air mass overhead during the course of the day tomorrow. Check out tomorrow afternoon's CAPE values, convective available potential energy. Here's early afternoon tomorrow. This is a measure of how unstable the atmosphere is, how easy it is for air parcels to rise, and these values are high. What we don't have going on necessarily is a great amount of wind shear. We don't have a lot of upper level support for these storms to reach severe limits, and therefore the best chance for severe weather tomorrow. Here's the slight risk today. It's out to our west. Let me bring up, if I can, tomorrow's area. I'm not sure if I'm able to do that actually. No, I can only show today's. Tomorrow's slight risk area or enhanced risk area is up here. That's where the upper level support's a little bit better for these storms. I think there will be showers and storms around tomorrow, but the potential for severe weather, in other words, the large hail, damaging winds, don't think that's necessarily real high. Very unstable atmosphere. There's going to be some downpours around for sure, but I don't think we're going to see a big severe weather outbreak here. I can't rule out that one or two of these storms reaches severe criteria, but it won't be a common thing. It'll be an isolated type of thing. So not real wound up about a widespread severe weather event for tomorrow afternoon. All right, once we lose the storms by evening tomorrow, much more comfortable tomorrow night, and Thursday should be a fine day. We'll call it partly sunny on Thursday. Still enough cool air aloft, a trough of low pressure aloft, in other words, that there'll be a lot of cumulus clouds popping up. So it won't be a completely 100% sunny day, but it will be a very nice day on Thursday. Friday has a better chance of being pretty much wall-to-wall sunny. Maybe a few cumulus clouds here and there, but not as many as Thursday. So Thursday and Friday are looking good. Now, as we head into the weekend, latest GFS model is a little bit faster now, spreading some moisture into the region with our next front. I'm not sure if I believe this just yet. I have not seen the new Canadian or European models yet this afternoon. I'll take a look at those and see what they have to say. So the GFS would have you believe that we would have to allow for a shower or thunderstorm Saturday afternoon. Our current forecast that we just had on 21 News Midday with Jess is still dry Saturday. We might still leave it dry depending on what the other models are saying, but the GFS is sped up. A little bit of precipitation Saturday, and then Sunday we've been advertising as the more unsettled part of the weekend. I still think that's probably the case. There'll be another front pushing in, some showers, some storms, probably weighted towards the afternoon on Sunday, and that's the next front that's really going to push in another unusually cool air mass for next week. Posted this on social media this morning. This is the overall pattern for the first half of next week, about a week from right now. Lots of heat out west. But look at this very, very unusually deep dip in the jet stream. You're going to be hearing about the polar vortex again on national media again next week. Never mind that. The bottom line is it's a big dip in the jet stream. It is significant. It's unusual for this time of year. It's not unheard of, but it is unusual. And this will spell probably at least a couple or a few days for us with highs 10 degrees, 12 degrees below average. When you consider our average high is about 81, 82, that means there's going to be a couple of days, about a week from right now, we might struggle to get much above 71, 72 at the end of July. Now, personally, I like that. But some of us, have not had enough pool weather, enough real true summer weather. Been hearing some grumblings about that. I try to keep in mind that, boy, we just had a long winter, and 72 doesn't sound so bad. 88 to me is a little too warm for my liking, but that's just me. All right, that's weather for Weather Geeks on this Tuesday. I'll see you right back here Wednesday afternoon, and as usual, you can catch my forecast tonight, 21 News, at both 6 and 11 o'clock. See you then.